over 2 weeks to go until the first official day of summer, but things are about to heat up significantly across the south coast. In fact, we could be heading toward record-breaking territory this weekend. Greg Harper joins us with the tough gig live from English Bay this morning. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Too early for squats, by the way. We are here at English Bay this morning, and we're observing a lot of joggers out. Good idea to do that now. Don't want to do that till later today because it will be a hot one. I had a good conversation with our Russ LeCate this morning, and he says you could call what's coming a mini heat wave. English Bay certainly won't look like this later on today and on the weekend. Temperatures, we could see temperatures in the mid-20s near the water. That means it'll be much hotter than that inland. In the Fraser Valley, temperatures could soar into the 30s. So heading to the beach is one way to beat the heat. And with that in mind, doctors are reminding everyone to be smart in the sunshine and stay hydrated.
Believe it or not, it's connected to the fact that we missed most of winter. We had the El Nino phenomenon in full effect over the eastern Pacific with the warmer ocean currents. Winter faded away. For springtime, it felt like summer for most of May, and now we have July-like temperatures in our early June forecast.
Mild heat-related illness can present with some cramps, muscle cramps, swelling of the hands and feet, a bit of headache and weakness. But what we really want to warn people, what we want to avoid is, of course, the severe heat-related illness such as sunstroke. Starts with confusion, disorientation, and can result in seizures.
Sunscreen, water, and lots of fun. If you have that heading into the weekend, it should be a good one. Jody?
All right, thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live for us this morning from English Bay. Vancouver Park Board is asking residents to help keep boulevard trees alive. Crews are experimenting with water bags and putting them around nearly 500 newly planted trees. They're asking residents to help keep these bags filled with water through the summer. Extreme hot weather is especially damaging to young trees, which are trying to establish their root system.
The bags hold about 15 gallons, so once they're on the tree, they slowly water the tree, and what that does is it promotes deep root growth, so it makes the tree more drought resistant.
A man who suffered a mysterious head injury while on a walk to Kitts Beach last weekend has died. Vancouver police say the case now has been turned over to the homicide team, and an autopsy will be carried out next week. The 58-year-old, whose name has not yet been released, went out on Saturday night. He came home 2 hours later with a head injury. The man was found unresponsive the next day and had 2 surgeries for a brain injury. He did not survive. People are being asked by police to help in finding out what may have happened to him.
We will be responding to a number of tips we've had already, but we're really hoping that we get additional tips from the public to allow our investigators to follow up and hopefully solve the mystery.
A 23-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the death of an elderly woman in New Westminster on Wednesday evening. Neighbors called police to 15th Street and 8th Avenue when they heard a man and a woman fighting. The woman died at the scene. Police believe this was a random and unprovoked attack. Before the suspect was arrested, he was struck by an SUV or a van, and officers are now looking to track down that driver. A repeated sex offender is back in custody after 2 more women were assaulted on buses in Metro Vancouver. The latest victims include 2 19-year-old women who were groped in 2 separate incidents last month. The first happened on May 2nd on a Coquitlam bus. The suspect was elbowed by the victim, who then moved to a different seat before getting off at the Braid station in New Westminster. The second was on May 19th at the Metrotown bus loop. Jason Stephen Taylor has 3 previous convictions for attacks on transit. He has since been charged with 2 counts of sexual assault.
He was supposed to stay off SkyTrain completely, but he was allowed to ride on Coast Mountain buses as long as he sat right behind or beside the driver.